What's up, guys? I think I'm about to enter a tournament for the first time in almost a year, and I'm pretty nervous. So I'm going to be talking about what I'm thinking about, how I'm feeling about it, and I'll be going through some putting routines while I'm out here. It's like 9 o'clock, so I don't know how long I'll video for, but I have 3 stations. I have this little putter right here. It's about, I don't know, 10 feet from the basket, 12 feet, because I want to be comfortable from that distance, and then about 25 feet, and then there's one that's about 40 feet away from the basket. So I'm just gonna be practicing and talking, so let's get it. So you may be thinking, wow, Toby, this station is like really close, but if I'm being honest, this is probably one of the putts that I'm most likely to miss. Even that one didn't feel comfortable, which those are my first putts of the day. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make 10 from each station, and then after I make 10, I'll start over, or I'll go backwards and make 10 more. I don't know if that's actually a good way to practice, but I need something to help me improve a little bit, and I think this would be nice. So last year, right before my wedding, I entered a tournament with some of my friends, and I almost missed that. That's 6. I entered a tournament, and I shot really, really bad. Like, I think I was in last place in our division after one round. Maybe second to last, but I shot like plus 14, and then the second round I shot like plus 4, so I shaved off a lot of strokes, but obviously it was too late. I think the winner in our division won by like, I don't know, I think they beat me by like 15 or 20 strokes. So the thing about the last time I played in a tournament, though, was one, it was a week before I got married, so I had a lot of other things on my mind. I hadn't really played a lot, and I had only played that course that morning. Like, I had never been to the course before, played it for the first time that morning. Hey, these putts are feeling pretty good. So, I historically do really bad when I'm playing on a course for the first time. And, which is funny because I traveled for a couple years doing some itinerant activity, and the whole time that I was traveling, I was always going to new cities and playing new courses. Oh, come on. So I've made 2. So you would think that after playing, I don't know, 40 or 50 courses all around the country, I would be pretty comfortable playing a course blind, but unfortunately, even if it's the most standard hyzer shot, it somehow gets in my brain that I've never thrown it before. Oh, I pulled that. And so I played like 8 or 9 holes of that course before we teed off. And yeah, I shot really, really bad. In fact, on the first hole, I watched one of my friends go OB. I watched one of my other card mates go OB, and then I went OB. And so, yeah, it was a really bad start to the round. Is that 4 or 5? I don't remember. I think that's 5. Oh, get up. So one of the things that really happens to me a lot when I'm playing tournament rounds or like league or anything like that, I get really shaky on the putting green. So it's kind of nice having you guys watching me, assuming you guys are watching this, because it feels like a little bit of pressure, because it feels like you guys are there with me, watching me. But yeah, I really struggle. Like, I mean, 12-footers feel like, I don't know, like my hands get really shaky, my heart rate goes up, and I don't really know how to calm myself down. Oh no. So I think I'm at 7. 7 makes. The tournament is actually on Saturday, and I just took a weekend trip to Chicago, You guys can go back and watch my little vlog about it. So kind of out of practice, but last night I went and played the tournament course, or tried to. Wow. Okay, focus. What does focusing do? So I went and played the tournament course, and it's a 24-hole course. It's a 24-hole course, and then the OB is not too bad. The distance it's pretty far. Some of the holes, 370, 380, a little bit further than I can throw for sure. But it is a lot of fun. I shot -2, I believe, but the layout was a little bit confusing. I did play like a tournament style round, meaning that I only threw one shot off the tee most of the time, one approach, and one putt. I didn't take any mulligans or anything like that. There were a couple holes that I maybe should have thrown 2 tee shots just to get a feel for it, but I wanted it to feel like I was really playing in the tournament. Let's go. I think that's 10. So now we'll be putting from circle 2. While I was out there, I was playing a hole. It was like, the sign said 360. I don't think it was really that far. But the sign said 360. And I threw my shot and ended up far to the right and was kind of off the fairway a little bit. And so the guy behind me, I guess he was following me, he threw his tee shot and didn't know that I was still on the hole. So he starts walking down, and I'm throwing my approach, and he goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't see you." And I actually asked him if he didn't mind if he would play with me, because he seemed like he knew the course. And so played the last 18 or 19 holes with him, and he was super helpful actually, because he showed me like all the tee pads on a confusing layout and explained to me why there were certain holes that like the tournament was skipping, but that were original holes to the course that the parks department is changing and all of that stuff. But it was like the most random thing ever. He was smoking weed. He was in his 40s probably, maybe 50s. But we were just chatting it up and having a good time and hawking discs and hitting trees and stuff. But it was a lot of fun. So that was kind of nice to have somebody with me to play the course with. Whoa. Ah, I almost got the first 2. All right, so that's 1. I need to do a better job of counting for sure. But I shot -2 maybe. Yeah, I think -2 according to what I believe was the layout, or at least by strokes, which is pretty solid. And I looked, and that would get me like 10th place or tied for 10th if I were like doing some of the leagues or other tournament rounds that have been, or rated rounds that have been out there. And it said it was like a 920 rated round or a 915 rated round, which, I mean, I'll happily take. If I can get my rating over 900, that would be amazing. There's 2. A little low. I promise this isn't a duplicate. I used to play pretty good in tournaments. I had a couple rounds over 900, which I know you guys are watching this thinking, oh, I throw 980, 990. But for me, that was pretty good. And my form used to be atrocious. So to get 907 maybe, or 919 before, something like that, was pretty good. So I'd like to get back to that, because I think I'm a better disc golfer than I was back then. There's 3. I definitely think I'm a better disc golfer than I was a few years ago, but there are some things that have changed. I think overall I've gotten worse at putting and better at driving. But last night when I was playing, I have this jawbreaker zone that I really love. I'm starting around 4 hands for all of my approaches, and for some reason I was always coming out early, or I was coming out like short. And so A lot of my approaches actually cost me strokes. Oh, come on. That's 4. So I might end this video once I get to 10 makes from that station, because honestly, how long do you want to listen to me ramble? The other thing that I kind of wanted to mention, and it's super frustrating to me. So this tournament is, the entry fee is $40, and that includes your meal, which I think is a great deal. It's like lunch and a dessert, and 2 rounds of disc golf, and there's payouts. There's if you sign up, there's a disc and a hat that you get. Is that 4? I think I made 4. Oh no! Why did I step? Who am I? Here we go. Oh. So there's a disc and a hat and lunch and other stuff, and obviously there's payout if you win or if you place. So I'm on disc golf scene last night. You guys know what I'm talking about. And I'm going to register, or at least looking at registering. It's $40 for the entry fee. And then it's $15 if your PDGA membership is inactive. But I'm pretty sure it's like $50 to activate your PDGA. And since I'm having a baby, there's no way I'm playing 4 or 5 tournaments in the next... Well, I'm not having a baby. My wife's having a baby. There's no way I'm playing 4 or 5 tournaments in the next couple months to make it worth it to activate my PDGA membership. So I have to pay the $15. But then on top of that, there's a surcharge and taxes. So for me to play this tournament, what says $40 on the website is actually $60. So I'm not really sure I want to fork over $60 just to lose. And you could say, oh, Toby, that's not the right mindset. And it's probably not. There's 5. It's probably not the right mindset, but I'm a realist. And I know that with the way that I've played in tournaments over the last couple years, and the way that I've seen lots of sandbagging in my division, which is usually MA2 or MA3, I kind of look at other players' ratings to decide where I should go. Based on that, I'm definitely going to be in a tournament with a bunch of sandbaggers who are just trying to win to get points to go to AM Worlds or whatever it is that they're excited about. 5 makes. 6 makes. Oh, couldn't make it 7. So I told my wife that if I could sell some discs, then I would definitely go play in the tournament, because I just didn't feel right about spending $60 straight up. But if I could sell some Frisbees, that would be great. And if you saw one of my earlier videos, you know that I have a ton. Oh, too long. Oh, too short. The problem is I listed like 20 discs or 15, no, more than 15 discs on Facebook last night. And I feel like I listed some pretty good discs. I mean, there was a zone in there that's in like really great condition, a 3 stack of P2 putters. Actually, it's these that are laying out here, funny enough, and some other discs. And I had one comment asking me the weight of a driver, which is like brand new, and that's it. That's all the traction I got. I don't really understand. Oh, oops. There's 7. Honestly, some of these putts wouldn't make or wouldn't catch on a real basket. My goal is to raise at least $40, but hopefully $60 by Saturday, so I can play in the tournament and be using money from selling discs. The problem is I can't sell them. So if there's somebody on this channel watching this video who's interested in buying some Frisbees, just let me know. Comment below, say, hey, I'm looking for Discraft or MVP. I'll try and hook you up. I got a few discs. I've got like maybe 70 discs that are out there. Z-Nuke, Thrasher, ESP Thrasher. I got some dynamic disc stuff. Anyways, yeah, maybe there's something in there that you'd be interested in. I don't really know how to sell stuff on YouTube. I guess you just have to maybe find me on Facebook. There we go, 8. So, or just comment below if you're interested, and we can have a correspondence. But I'm trying to sell them. I mean, I feel like $10 a disc, or maybe 12 for some of them is pretty reasonable. I only need to sell 5 or 6. So I'm gonna keep trying, but the market's been tough for discs. I guess people, because they're in the middle of tournament season or whatever. All right, I think that's 8. Maybe that's 8 I've made. 9? Nope. 9. There we go. Wow. These putts are going pretty well, so pretty soon I'm going to have to sign off. 9 makes. Anyways, comment below if you think that this is a good putting routine, or if you think that I need to do something different. Because I'm definitely all ears, because my putting has been so shaky in tournament rounds. I get so nervous. Here we go. This one's for the win. What in the Isaac Robinson? Oh, that was so embarrassing. Maybe I'll cut that out of the video. So if I do play in this tournament, I'll definitely keep vlogging, kind of showing my progress. I have a pretty busy week, my wife and I do. We're visiting with some friends tomorrow, and then Thursday night we have a bunch of people come over and hang out. So, and then I don't want to throw my arm out on Friday, so I'm trying to figure out exactly what I need to do to get ready for this tournament. It's 48 holes, 24 and then lunch, and then 24 more. And I can't remember the last time that I threw, 48 tee shots, 48 approaches, 48 putts. So I'm not really sure if my body is up for 150 strokes plus, warm up and all of that. So I'm trying to figure out how to get my body in shape for that. Here we go. Oh, that felt so good. One more, twice or it's luck. Okay, that's great. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.